you guys to another 10-minute Tuesday that we got going on here. Today we're going to talk about cheap gear that works. That's the kind of the title to go to for this. And whether that be hunting gear, I might throw some camera gear in there because, you know, that's my arena. But what's the first category, Cal, that we're going to start off with?
All right, so, I wanted to do this podcast because we get a lot of questions like, dude, I can't afford to buy, like, all this expensive gear. Like, how did you guys start out? Like, how did you guys get going in this, right?
Yep.
And everybody's always talking to us about what's the best new gear, what, you know, give us a review on this, give us a review on that. So today I just wanted to talk about, like, some of the ways that you can get into it for really basic, like, without spending a ton of money.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm just going to say this right now. If you're in a blind, first off, a layout blind or an A-frame blind, whatever, you don't need camo. Okay?
Yep.
I'm just going to throw that out there right now. Like, you 100% do not need camo.
Yep.
I wouldn't wear red.
Yep.
You know, like neutral colors.
Blaze
definitely. Orange. Yeah, blaze orange, not ideal for the goose blind. But yeah, I mean, dude, I hunt with so many guys that we go out, like guys that like really hunt a lot, and they are wearing a black sweatshirt and a vest.
Yep.
You know, like that's a really common thing that you see. So, excuse me, you could definitely get away without camo.
Yeah. It's all, yeah. And we actually did a video that is beginner starter gear, I think is what the title was on our channel. And it was everything that you need, including a boat under $1,000 to start duck hunting. And you know, some of it was some hacks or whatever, but yeah, check that out on our YouTube channel.
Yeah.
But anyway.
Well, and this is on our YouTube channel.
Yeah, check it out on this channel.
Check out this one on this channel too. No, all right, so like I would say that's number one. Number two, you don't need expensive shells.
Okay.
You don't need expensive shells to kill birds. Now,
not your heavy shot.
You don't need any of that stuff. Now, I'm going to say this right now. If you can afford it, it can make a difference.
Yeah.
Right? Like if you can buy nice ammo, it can make a difference. But I said it, I think with Joey on a podcast last week, if I was going to buy one ammo for the rest of my life and I did not have money to buy expensive ammo.
Yeah.
I'd buy Federal Blue Box.
Oh, really?
Yeah, man.
I mean, that is like, the classic.
It's a classic, dude. And like I know I hunt with a lot of guys that shoot Rio, Fiocchi.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, dude,
Winchester.
I mean, yeah,
Kent.
I wouldn't buy the Winchester, but I don't know. Maybe it's better since I've tried it, but anyway, Federal Blue Box I think is like what, $12 a box?
Yep.
Dude,
somewhere around there, depending on
what
shot.
Man, that shoots good. If you get comfortable and like good, and you understand kind of how your gun patterns with Federal Blue Box, whatever, you don't need expensive ammo. Okay, so cheap ammo. That's another thing. Can you think of any topics or any categories? That you want to add to this?
So, camo I agree with, especially when you have stuff that is looks ragged and can look like you're a weed in the middle of the field anyway.
Yeah.
But the bags that you have, that can be
don't need an expensive bag, dude.
Backpack,
that could be any crappy backpack.
I was hunting with this guy, outdoor writer. He's been in this industry for 40 years. Dude has the same red, black, and white backpack that he takes with him every single day hunting. And this guy like stalks deer, okay? And so it's comical because it's a kind of big debate in this industry that not big debate, but who spends the most money? I think it's our generation, right? Oh yeah. Because we grew up in the credit cards, we grew up with student loans, like our generation generally has a lot of debt. Okay.
Well, and not to interrupt you, but we also are a lot more influenced by keeping up with the Joneses.
Yes.
Right? Because we see so much more like with social media now.
Yeah.
That, like we're seeing all these other guys wearing all this stuff. We want to fit in. We want to, whatever.
The common perspective is that it's our parents that are actually spending the most money. Okay. And I would say, yeah, that probably is true when it comes to like experiences. Like your dad's going to pay for you to go to Alaska and, fly fish before you're going to pay to go to Alaska and fly fish.
But my dad's not going to buy Sitka.
Yeah.
Or,
Yeah. And so when it comes to products, I think it's our generation. When it comes to experiences, I think it's our parents' generation. And I think that it's skewed by looking like it's our parents' generation because more often than not, the parents are buying it for the kids. like for
possibly.
Christmas and stuff.
Yeah, and I don't know all the statistics behind like, you know, who spends the most. But I've been told that age 25 to 34 right now spends the most money on
in the outdoor industry,
in waterfowl at least, I guess.
Oh, waterfowl. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
But is that what you've heard or?
Well, so I've heard that it's like 40, 50 plus, and I'm just like sitting here thinking, no,
there's no way.
Like
dude.
those people, they just have the same camo, you know, the same gun, same everything.
I can't tell you the last like older guy that I hunted with that was wearing like brand new stuff.
Yeah.
You know.
But so the next area of cheap stuff is the Remington 870 pump shotgun. You know, I'm a gun guy. I kind of know the gun arena.
Yep.
Remington, Mossberg 500. Sorry, not a fan. I know that. Is it McNider that we hunt with that has that? I can't remember. Well, I know that we hunt with one guy, Pat.
Well, Pat, yeah, but he's got a semi-auto.
Does he? Oh, okay.
It's a nicer Mossberg.
So, there was somebody else that we were hunting with that just is like, he's got a 500 Mossberg 500, and I'm just like, all right, like if it's still working for you, you go, dude. You know.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think that
a Remington 870.
Remington 870, like you cannot go wrong with that freaking gun.
Yep.
I still have mine. It was my first gun that my dad ever bought me.
Yeah, and I'm not gonna knock a Winchester SXP either, like a pump.
Yeah. I haven't shot much.
My brother has one. It's been great. My other brother has an 870. Yeah, but man, I'm not gonna knock any of that. Yeah. An 870, you can get those used for like what, $250?
Yep. And what was the title of this? It was cheap,
like cheap gear, like gear that stuff. Yeah.
Okay. So the other thing that would be cheap that I highly recommend is Rem oil to keep your gun.
Sure.
Know.
Yeah.
So with your Remington 870 and your Rem oil, I definitely would say that. I'm trying to remember the title so that I can like not stray off too much. But anyway, but yeah. So the bag you definitely don't need.
No, my first blind bag was a $10 bag from Walmart.
Yeah.
And Cabela's or whatever, Cabela's, Bass Pro, whatever, they've always got that deal for that small little duffel bag. It's like a handheld blind bag.
Yeah.
Comes in like olive green. They're like $10 all the time. Dude, that's a bag. Joey doesn't even carry a blind bag anymore.
Yeah.
You know? I mean.
So flipping the script on you just a little bit to stray off a little bit too much.
2 minutes.
Again. Oh yeah. What would you spend top dollar on?
Okay, so you don't need camo.
Mm-hmm.
But if you want to hunt all year, I would spend money on your clothing.
Okay.
I really would. Like you can, if you have
your boots,
your Remington 870, that thing's going to shoot in 10 degrees.
Yeah.
Yeah, but if you have if your feet are frozen and you're crabby and it sucks out, you're not going to be out there with that Remington 870.
Yeah.
That's probably the one thing that I would be like, yeah, spend money on good gear. I mean, you could buy Filson, you could buy Patagonia, Arc'teryx. I mean, there's tons of companies that don't sell camo, quote unquote, that you could be out there.
What about calls?
Nope.
Nope.
Definitely not. Look, for me, it makes a difference because I care about calling a lot and I want to sound good.
Mm-hmm.
But man, I've heard guys rip on goose flutes.
Yeah.
If you want to get really good, you can on a goose flute. Like I think Joey and I talked about what's our video I just did? The best beginner duck call. And you were like, should we call it 2020? I'm like, nope. We're never doing another one. Call it ever.
Yeah.
It's the best duck call ever for a beginner. Okay, that's never going to change. Hate LDR 85. They've been out for like 20 years.
Yep.
Right? Maybe longer. I don't even know how long they've been out. But Joey's dad has one, and it's old as hell.
What about decoys?
Okay, here's another area.
Last minute.
All right.
What about decoys?
Look, I said it last week on the podcast too. I personally wouldn't buy Dave Smith decoys because I'm a cheap ass, and I don't know that it makes that much of a difference. Some guys would. I'm not knocking that at all. Maybe it makes a difference to you. Maybe you're in an area where it really matters. But I would take the money, and I would buy silhouettes. Okay. Now, I'm not saying there's anything wrong with full bodies, but buy them used.
Yeah.
Sure. Yeah, buy them. You don't need brand new beautiful flock decoys. I don't think it kills more birds. I just don't.
All right. Well, to round it all out, there's pretty much nothing that you need.
Yeah. No, you need some decoys. You need some camo. You need ammo. You need a gun. You either need private field access or you need like a crappy old canoe or a crappy float boat with a trolling motor on it. Okay, at least to get you on some small water. You need some of that stuff, right? But
that's about it.
You don't need a ton of money to start doing this.
Hit us up on Instagram, YouTube. Watch this. This is up on your YouTube channel. Check us out on the podcast too.